Okay, so now on the other side of this worksheet, it asks, what relationship exists among the segments of a secant and a tangent drawn from a common point outside the circle? So we can see the secant is the segment here AC, and the tangent is segment AB. So let's fill in the blanks. When a secant and a tangent are drawn from a common point, the square of the tangent. Because the tangent, for this particular segment, we only have one part, but we still want to form a multiplication problem. So how can we form this multiplication problem? You take that measure and multiply it times itself. And when you multiply a number times itself, you are squaring that number, okay? So the square of the tangent equals the product of the, and once again for the secant segment, outside part, and the whole secant. So tangent segments AB and secant segments AC share in point A. And here is your formula. So this here, segment AB, as we can see once again, is the tangent. So it is the tangent squared. Okay? And set that equal to, and for the secant segment, we take the measure for the part outside. This is the outside part times the measure of the whole secant segment from point A to point C. To get the measure of the whole thing, we add outside plus inside. You need to go home and practice writing this formula out. Maybe do it about 10 times. After a while, you will memorize it, okay? So now let's take this formula and apply it with problems 1, 2, and 3 at the bottom of this worksheet. For problem 1, we can see a tangent and a secant segment intersect at a point on the outside. We saw the same diagram last week, but we were dealing with angles that were formed on the outside. Now we're looking at the length of segments. I like to begin with the tangent, so I take the tangent and square it. The tangent measure is x, so let's square it, and set that equal to, and for the secant segment, once again, outside 4 times the measure of the whole thing. To get this measure, this whole secant segment, remember to add 4 plus 12. It was the whole unit, which is 16. So that's 4 plus 12. All right, so let's simplify what we have here. All right, x squared. We keep this, but on the right side, we want to simplify the given expression. Put it in the calculator, just like we had originally. I know 4 plus 12 is 16, and 16 times 4 is 64. We want to get x to the first power, so we need to do the square, the opposite of square, and finding the square root. And they give us x is equal to both the positive and negative of a. All right, and this is where we need to look at this and think about, okay, can we apply both of these measures? Do they both make sense? Each one of these measures represents the length of this segment. Now I know this segment can be 8 units, but can this segment be a negative unit? It cannot. So we take away, or we eliminate the negative part, and the only measure we can keep is the positive 8. So this particular segment is 8 units. Okay? Now let's look at number 2. For problem 2, same concept. I like to begin with the tangent. This is a tangent. We want to take that measure and square it and set it equal to, and for the secant segment, we want to take the part on the outside first and then multiply it times the measure of the whole secant segment. To get that measure, we add outside plus inside, or vice versa. So I'm going to write as x plus 9. Now let's simplify what we have. 10 to the second power is 100. And on the right side, we want to distribute. 9 times x is 9x. 9 times 9 is 81. At this time, we want to isolate x. So we want to move the 81 to the other side. I am not good at this on my own. So 100 minus 81 is 19. And set that equal to 9 times x. And we all know that 19 is not a product of 9, so we will get a fraction. So divide each side by 9. And 19 divided by 9 is 19 over 9, which is approximately, Hershey SD key, 2 and 11 hundredths. All right, let's do this real quickly so you guys can get your homework worksheet. Once again, we begin with the tangent. The tangent is represented by x, so x squared equals. How would you set up the second part of your equation? For the secant, you begin with the outside, 4 times the measure of the whole thing. To get that measure, we add 4 plus 16. Okay, so we bring down the x squared. On the right, let's simplify what we have by plugging the expression inside into your calculator. And then give us 80. Take the square root of each side. Come on, work with me now. You all should have this on your papers. And the square root of 80 give us 4 square root of 5. And this is the answer. Are there any questions? So at this time, you're about to receive worksheet 5.4.5, and you have some problems to complete on both the front and the back. You need to start now in class, working a few problems. Maybe some of you can check your answers, compare answers, and see if you have the same result. If not, kind of talk about it quietly. But whatever you do not complete in class, it becomes a homework assignment. When you return back to class on Thursday for this lesson, we will review the work you did, and then you will do another ticket. And then you guys will complete one more lesson to prepare for your quiz scheduled